Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Edmonton Oilers Be a GM. So, we are in October. We just played a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I just need to go back to my settings. Oops, no. Customize, settings, and we are going to rules, and we're changing this one back. I forgot to change it back to 20 minutes. There you go. Save it like that. I don't know if it does anything different, but with a simulation, at least, it makes it feel a little bit better. Okay. So, let's get the rest of this month going. It's not much further, and then we'll figure out where we are in the standings. I mean, we're 7-0-1. We've only lost the one game so far, and it comes in overtime. So, that's really, really nice to see. And our team is doing well, as we expected them to. I mean, this is a year where we have no excuses anymore. We've provided our team with the offensive talent. There's our first loss of the year. Feels it's going to be a good year for rookies. We have the offensive talent to bring it night in and night out. You know that, so there's no excuses there. We need to be the best team that the Oilers have ever seen in their history. Now that's tough to say. You know, like when you look at the Oilers, you know, over time and their lineage, I suppose, their strength. There's just been unbelievable offensive talent that's rolled through here. So let's just take a quick look at Volrath. Actually, he's got a 201 in Washington. Carey Price at a 220. Volrath is in 4th for save percentage. We don't have anybody in there right now. Points, Nugent Hopkins is in 3rd with 14 points. Assists, he's got 11. Goals, we aren't up there, but we're tied. Taylor Hall is tied with Chasen. So, you know what? Not much to worry about right now. 9-2-1. We are 1st in the league. So, I don't see any reason to change at the moment. We're going to go through and do another month. And then once we're through that month, we'll do some assessment. We'll see how we're doing, see if the team needs to make any adjustments, power play, penalty kill, or otherwise. Because we started off really strong. We lost a couple in a row. But there you go. Nugent Hopkins got an assist. Taylor Hall didn't score in that one, but maybe he got some points. But 10-2-1, you know, you're not fooling around here. We are one of the best teams ever right now. Oh, look at all the first rounders in the WHL. That's crazy. A couple of second rounders. You know what? Let's take a look at second rounders here in the OHL because we've only got a 3rd round pick, I think. So depth is going to be our key here. We don't have any first round picks, which could kill us. We may actually end up trying to acquire one if we have some of the pieces in play that we can actually get one. We may have to give up some prospects, you know, to get that. We may have to give up some guys that are 3.5 stars because we got a lot of those. A lot of those guys that are going to be making the team right away, and they are tradable assets. There's no doubt about it. They're tradable assets because they're a surplus. You know, we've got so much strength already as it is with those guys that are marginal players. They're marginally AHL versus NHL. So they're really, really close, right on that edge to be making the NHL. And we can't have everybody come in at once because then you've got no experience. And I truly believe that one of the major factors when it comes to winning games in this game is poise. I think poise is one of those overlooked attributes that people don't take into consideration because it doesn't really lend itself well to shooting or scoring, or you don't think it does anyway. But poise is what gives your guys the extra boost of energy come playoff time, or when it comes to you know, games that go to overtime. Those are the type of games that poise are going to come into. And if you don't have a lot of players with high poise, you could end up losing quite a few games due to that, especially when it comes to the playoffs. So whenever you thought about teams that we put together before, you know, we've lost a couple in a row in overtime, you know, or in the playoffs, or we get eliminated in the playoffs way before we probably should have. I think a lot of, wow, I got to stop the sim. I think a lot of it comes down to poise. And so I think that if we can give our team a nice balance of veteran leadership as well as, you know, goal scoring ability, there you go, there's a win finally, then I think we're going to be okay. You know, I'll go back up to the first. We'll see what happens. We've got 2 games left. We're 16-6-6, so we've actually lost a few games here in November, but we'll take a peek here at the end and see what's going on, because Taylor Hall's got 9 goals. You know, 9 goals through 23 games. He's doing much, much better than last year, that's for sure. Let's see if we can get there. He goes. This is his 10th goal. That's what he's here for. You know, he's going to be that complement to Connor McDavid and Nugent Hopkins, who are probably producing at an insane clip right now. I mean, I expected Connor McDavid to score a lot. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's, you know, 9 goals and 16 assists or something, so he doesn't show up on the leaderboard. So there's a 5-1 win. Okay. Let's take a look here. Save percentage. Looks like we are up there in 6 at a 9.29. Goals against average, we are not, or are we? Yeah, there you go. 4th. Carey Price of 195. We're not up there for points anymore, surprisingly. And goals, we aren't up there. Assists, we are. Nugent Hopkins hanging on by a thread. Points, we are 1st in the league at 37. We're only up 1 on Buffalo. So let's take a look here. Stats Central, look at team standings. So we're 1st in the league, we know that. Goals for per game, we're at a 3.40. We're tied with Tampa. Goals against per game, we are at 2. That's the best in the league. Our power play is only 15.7. That could be better. And our penalty kill is at an 85.5. So I don't want to change our penalty kill anyway, in any fashion here. I do want to change our power play. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of changing the lines, I'm going to go to coaching strategy. And I'm going to go to just strategies. Now what I want to do is go to our power play. Power play. Oh, wait, no, it's here. Power play. And we're going to set it on umbrella. Because we've only got the one defenseman, so we want all those offensive players. So let's see if putting the power play on the umbrella gives us a better option, okay? We'll see what happens. Actually, yeah, okay. Let's go another month. Let's see how we're doing. I don't want to make any drastic changes. You know, if we can increase our power play, great. If we can't, well, you know what? We're doing well anyway. We got 3 times as many wins as losses. Scout assignment. Let's take a look at the queue. Okay, what about defense? What kind of... We haven't looked at really defense here. WHL's got no... You know, who's got a lot of third rounders? The OHL's got a couple. The Q's got a couple. You know what? Yeah, the United States. Let's take a look at defense in the United States for 3 weeks. We'll have to readjust it here before the end of the month. But, you know, that's something we need to look at because we only got third-round picks. So we want to know as much as we can about those third-round players. We do. We need to give ourselves as much information as possible. That one comes in overtime. Ottawa up next. They're doing okay. Bobby Ryan with 10 goals. Kyle Turris with 21. But look at that. No match. There's Connor McDavid. 19 assists. Took him a little bit to get there. But he finally showed up to the show. And you know what? I bet you he's got quite a few. Oh, you know what? What I forgot to do was player stats. Stop the sim. Hold tight. We forgot to do player stats. There. Wow. Okay. Not coaching options. Pardon me. Stats Central, player stats. I took a look at team stats, but I didn't look at player stats. We'll have a look here. I think that top line is almost at a point per game. Well, more than a point per game for probably mostly all of them. I think the one that might not be there is Taylor Hall. We'll see. So Nugent Hopkins at 31 points per game, or 31 points. Same with Connor McDavid. So Connor McDavid and Nugent Hopkins both have 10 goals and 21 assists. Taylor Hall with 12 goals, 14 assists, so he's just under that. Erik Karlsson at 24 points. Nichushkin at 19, so he's down a bit. Ladd at 17. Hedman at 17. Konechny at 17. Nurse at 16. Downey at 12. Lots of guys in those nice numbers. Fane has the fewest with 6 points. The lowest plus-minus is Chance Braid at +1. So, I mean, no issues there. And Taylor Hall and Victor Hedman, Martin Marincina all at +17. So, not much issue there. We know that Carey Price is putting up a good save percentage, so we're going to keep things going here quite nicely along. Let's see what happens here against the next back-to-back games, actually, against at Arizona. I got to still get in the habit. I'm still calling them Phoenix. Cannot break that habit of calling them Phoenix. It's so difficult when they're there for so long. I mean, when was that, 1996 or something, that they went from Quebec to Phoenix? So to call them Arizona now all at one point is weird, especially when they have the same team name. You know, if they changed to the Arizona assholes or something, you know, you would remember it. It'd be a different team to remember, like the Winnipeg Jets. They're easy to remember. You know, Atlanta Thrashers are gone, Winnipeg Jets are in, so you automatically trigger. But when you still got the Coyotes and now they're called Arizona, it's a little bit weird, and that doesn't happen really often in the NHL. I'm trying to think of a time where it's happened at all. Not many. There's not many points in time where a team has changed their name. I mean, in the AHL, it was the Connecticut Whale. They changed their name. But in the NHL, I don't think there's any instances, if at all. There aren't many, if at all, I mean. Okay, we got to do our scouting assignment here. Oh, there's a top 10 in the Swiss. Let's do you for 2 weeks. Let's find out more about Drummond. Let's see. We do need to find that goalie of the future, too, because at some point here, Carey Price is probably going to retire. You know, that's the nature of it. We've probably got about 4 years left on Carey Price. Now, we may very well be done this series by the time Carey Price is retiring. But at the same time, we need to prepare just in case we decide to keep this thing going, because we are having a lot of fun here with Connor McDavid and Taylor Hall and Nugent Hopkins and Konechny and, you know, Erik Karlsson. Like, we got all these elite players. It's just ridiculous. So 25-9-2 right now at the end of December, so beginning of January. Let's take a look here. One more game left here. One more, and it's a loss. So 25-10-2. Hall with 16 goals. Nugent Hopkins 27 assists. Save percentage, yeah, you got Carey Price up there. And goals against average, he's number 1. Points, we aren't up there. I find that hard to believe. Goals, we aren't up there either. Assists, we are. We got Nugent Hopkins and McDavid very close together on that one. And then points in the league, we're actually behind Buffalo by 2 now. So we're going to do another month. I don't see any issues. I don't see why we would need to change. I think guys are going to step it up here. I feel like right away here we're going to have Taylor Hall producing, Connor McDavid scoring a bunch. And it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. We've got the goaltending to make things work. You know, our starters and backups are solid, which helps us a lot. I mean, having an 84 overall backup really makes a huge difference when your starting goal is 93. So if your starting 93 overall is tired, time to take a rest, or you get, you know, something like that, or he has a bad game, you got an 84 overall goalie stepping in to take over. That is that's a real difficult problem to deal with, isn't it? You know, I got a couple third rounders there. There's a first round or top 10. We know about Drummond. Let's take a look at forwards again. You know, let's take a look here because they got a couple first rounders. Russia we scouted. You know, let's check here. Let's do here for 3 weeks in Russia. Some forwards. Russia's. I don't scout the European leagues as much. There's not as many players there as there are in the CHL. 5-1 win. Taylor Hall got a goal there. Nugent Hopkins with 2 assists. And then we follow that one right up with a 4-0 loss to the Abbeys. Not good, guys. Come on, step it up. I want to see Taylor Hall get about 40 goals this year. If he can get 40 goals, I'd be happy. Trading block. Oh, no. They didn't want... Oh, yeah. I don't know why I did that. I don't really care about those. But I'd like to see Taylor Hall get about 40 goals, to be completely honest. He's halfway there. We're not even halfway through the season. He's almost halfway there, I should say. But 40 goals is definitely achievable. I'd like to see 50. If we had a guy that could score 50 goals a year, along with Nugent Hopkins and Connor McDavid, I don't think there'd be any stopping this team. They would be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know why Connor McDavid doesn't have more goals now. He's got like 94 accuracy, 97 power. Like, why is that guy not sniping all the time? That's the real question. You know, why is he not putting that puck in the back of the net every single time he touches that puck? So, I mean, there's questions to be answered there. Maybe he's catching up now because look at Taylor Hall. He's still at that 17 goal mark. And Nugent Hopkins is still producing. So it's possible that Halsey's getting some assists and Connor McDavid's getting some goals. It is possible for that. So 31, 12, and 3. So that puts us at 62 and 65 points right now so far in the year. And there's another win against Washington. Again, Halsey, 17 goals. What's going on? Come on. Start scoring, Halsey. Still nothing, but we're winning. That's all that matters really, is that we're winning. So if we're getting the goals from our second line, third line, I really don't care who's scoring as long as we're winning. And that's what it comes down to. We need to put up a ton of points, get the easiest opponents. That way when we get into the playoffs, we're actually producing. We need to win this year. There's no doubt about it. We need to win this year. Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see who's in. We're the West. So Connor McDavid, Corey Perry, and Patrick Kane. Sagan, Ben, and McKinnon. Berchi, Nugent Hopkins. Eberle's in there actually himself. In the fourth line, Coyle, Beninu, and Couture. Petrangelo and Doughty. Weber and Carlson's in there. Klefbom and Green. And then goaltending, Carey Price. Yep. So we got a few guys in there. Taylor Hall's not there. But Connor McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, and Erik Karlsson and Carey Price all went to the All-Star game. That's okay. I mean, Taylor Hall hasn't his best year. I mean, 17 goals. I mean, he's supposed to be a sniper. That's one of the things everybody said we should increase would be Taylor Hall. You know, trading him for somebody that snipes. Michael Grabner for Lemieux a third, and Hagelin declined that. I don't need Michael Grabner. I don't. I mean, our third line is good enough. We got Bickle, Broadhead, and who's our other guy? Oh, no, get out of here. It's not about what we're getting, what we're giving up. It's about what we're getting in return. I'd rather have a prospect. I'd rather be trading guys that are, you know, fringe players, really close to be making the NHL, for future players that'll make the NHL. Oh, 4-0 win. That is what I'm talking about. All right, scouting, forwards. Let's take a look at D. All right, so the top 10 here so we'll scout this for 3 weeks because there's a couple of good players there. 3 weeks, a week per player. And then I'll just sim one more day, and then we'll do the longer review. Okay, so Carey Price. He's up there on those. Not up there for points. Not up there for... We are up there for assists, Nugent Hopkins and Connor McDavid. We're not up there for goals because Taylor Hall hasn't scored. Oh. And we are first in the league by about 3 points. So let's take a look at stats. Let's see what happened. We did change our power play. First in the league. Goals for per game, we are second to Columbus. Goals against per game, we're number 194. Our power play's gotten up a little bit, 16.1, so I'm going to keep things the way they are. And our penalty kill is number 1 in the league at 87.2. So our defensive side of things are unbelievable. Now, let's see what's going on with Taylor Hall, because he's only got 17 goals. You know, he's only got 17 goals. Maybe that'll be the question for the trade deadline. What do we do with Taylor Hall? Because he's not scoring at the rate we should be. You know, we're an elite team, and our highest goal scorer has got 17 goals. Give you a break. All right, so you'll see here, Nugent Hopkins, 49 points at 49 games. McDavid's got 47 points. Carlson at 41. Taylor Hall at 39. Nurse at 30. Nichushkin at 27. Konechny at 25. Victor Hedman at 25. Andrew Ladd at 25. So those guys are all 25. Not bad. Konechny had how many points last year? 46. So he's going to have a better year this year anyway. Downey, Bickle, Broadhead, they're in the 15 to 20 point range. Ablocator at 13 points. Ferrero, Marincin, Braid, those guys all have their average points. Goalies, we got a 194 goals against average for Carey Price, and they both have a 93 save percentage, Miles and Carey Price. Those two are having a phenomenal season. So again, not much change I don't think needs to be made, because we are winning. You know, if we were losing, that might be a different story. And you know what? This will probably be the last month I sim, and I think what we'll do is we'll leave it off at that and see maybe where we can make some trades. Maybe once we're done this month, let's see who's leading the league in goals. Let's have a look at that player. Now, if that player is somebody that's, you know, a depth type player, maybe that's somebody we move Andrew Ladd for. If that player is a top line player, maybe that's somebody we move Taylor Hall for, depending on what kind of a guy he is. You know, do I want to pick up Jonathan Drouin again? Maybe not. You know, we get Jonathan Drouin almost every time because we know he scores. If there's that random fact that you don't know exactly who's going to be producing, that's kind of nice. But at the same time, we want to have that consistency. You know, we're that team that should have it. Of all the players in the league, or of all the teams in the league, we should be that team that has that consistency. Now I see Taylor Hall scoring in about 4 games. He's got 2 goals, so it's not bad. But we need to be better. Plain and simple, we need to have that goal scorer that just snipes like crazy. And the play, wow, there's a 9-2 win, and Taylor Hall had 4 goals in that game. So maybe it's just a little bit early thinking for me. But, I mean, Taylor Hall, he could put up about 40 goals if he gets going here. He could put up about 40 goals. And Connor McDavid, he just keeps producing. That's what he does. And we're at 40 wins, and we're not even close to the trade deadline yet. We may get to 50 wins before the trade deadline. That could happen here. That could happen. There's another win. Taylor Hall didn't get any points, but Connor McDavid had, let's see here, he got tons of top 10s. Let's scout here for 6 weeks again. Let's find out more. There's a guy we don't have any information on at all. Look at Connor McDavid, 47 assists. And he's got a ton of goals, too. So these guys, this has been a much better month for us. Much, much, much better month. Lost there. Rich Clune. No. Left wing grinder. Decline that. No, that's okay. You guys, you can slip on down to the minors there. If they don't want you there, I don't want you there. 72 overall. You're not my player. You're not my player. There's a 6-3 win. Hall puts up his 25th goal of the year. Connor McDavid gets another 2 assists in that one. It's just crazy, man. Just crazy. This might be one of the better years we've had, actually. There's another win. Actually, Hall and McDavid didn't score at all. Victor Hedman at 66 penalty minutes. Carey Price has 35 wins. That means that Miles has almost 20 himself. He's got 18 wins. Miles, 18 wins. Good for him, man. Good for him. Or sorry, not 18. 8 wins. 8 wins. Oh, geez. Jumping the gun a little bit. 8 wins for him. 6-5 loss there, and that was in overtime. That was in OT. Almost there. Grabner. No, I don't need Grabner. They really want to get rid of Grabner, and for some reason they think that I want him. There's Hall, and he gets his 26th goal of the year. So do a quick review. Carey Price leads the league in save percentage, tied for first in goals against average. Points, Connor McDavid's up there now at 71. Carey Price leads the league in wins. We're not up there for goals. We are up there for assists. Connor McDavid's number 2. Nugent Hopkins is number 8. And points on the year, we're at 92 points. We have a 6-point lead on second place, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay, so where's our goals? Goal getters. Phil Kessel's number 1 in the league in goal scoring. Alexander Ovechkin has 40. Stamkos has 37. These are all average players. There's nobody jumping out at me as insane scorers. Like, Taylor Hall's pretty close in there. You know, there's no Jonathan Drouin. Like, let's take a look, really quick look here. Not coaching options. GM options, trade negotiations. Let's take a quick look at Jonathan Drouin. Why is he not scoring for them? Because he's the perennial sniper, you know. Jonathan Drouin, 89 overall. He's got 91 accuracy, 81 accuracy, 91 power. Why is he not scoring? He's got 20 goals this year. He's only got 52 points. So he's not producing at that great of a rate. He's probably playing second line versus Stamkos. But the top goal scorer was, who was it again? Phil Kessel, followed by Alex Ovechkin. Now, Alex Ovechkin, I mean, he's 94 overall, 34 years old. The wrist shot accuracy and power is unbelievable. So that's why he scores so much. Playing with our team, he'd be insane. If we were to get Alex Ovechkin, would Hall be enough? I don't think so. If you look at the... Yeah, no, not quite. You'd have to give up somebody else. You'd have to throw Volk in there. But Volk and Hall for Ovechkin would actually be a decent trade. But I'd rather keep Hall than Ovechkin, to be completely honest, because they're not that far off. Yeah, there's 4 overall difference there, but, I mean, we've got much better players. I don't want to give up Connor McDavid at 23 years old, making $765,000 a year. But, you know what? You guys let me know what you think we should do. I'm going to show you one more time really quick who the top goal scorers are in the league. Phil Kessel, Alex Ovechkin, Steven Stamkos, Ryan Johansson, John Tavares, Tyler Ennis, Corey Perry, and Sidney Crosby. All right, guys. Now, if I were to look at GM options, trade negotiation... Oh, not contracts. Shit. Hold on. Trade negotiations, trading block. We will go for a first... We'll look for any forward. And I want shooting categories maxed out. And I want age max 40. All right. So let's see who's got the best shooting. Let's see here. Let's take a look at who's got the best wrist shot accuracy. So the best wrist shot accuracy is Connor McDavid. Then we got Patrick Kane, Steven Stamkos, Alex Ovechkin, Phil Kessel, Crosby, Giroux, Tavares, Malkin, Sagan, Perry, Shinkarik, Poulin, and Hall. Who's Poulin? 82 overall, 2-way forward. Look at his shot. Charles Poulin. 19 points. His defense sucks, which is probably why, but his shot is great. But those are the type of gems you're looking for, you know, guys down the line like McCauley. Who's this guy here? 84 overall sniper. Great shot. 75 face-offs. You know, those are the type of guys that you want to find. There's Kirby Reichel. He's 86 overall power forward. 89. Maybe Kirby Reichel we add instead of Andrew Ladd. You know, that's the type of guy you consider, right? Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. Let me know what you guys think that I should do here, okay? So until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.